if you know me, you know that I usually don't have too much to say. I keep things short, and then if you have questions, I'll answer them. Thank you guys for coming here. We had an interesting couple of years. The governor has been trying to portray us as the do-nothing Congress, and nothing could be further from the truth. And even though we passed some important bills with good reforms in them, in my opinion, we spent too much money, but that's just me. I'm pretty conservative. But we stopped a lot of stuff, and I think that's one of the more important things. When I was elected, I was elected in the minority, and you might say it was kind of easy because they never heard any of my bills, and I just sat there and spouted off, and nobody paid any attention. But when they implemented all their new plans, all their high taxes, and all the nonsense that passed, the homosexual marriage and the rest of it, then they lost big time out here in the House in 2014. And when we took the House, we still had to deal with the Senate and the governor, and my hope was that we would be able to stop a lot of bad stuff, and we did. But we also accomplished some good stuff too. And by that I mean we got a lot of reforms. We held the spending down to less of an increase than we've ever had. But either way, spending went up, and we have to deal with that. But we stopped many attempts at gun control. That I think that if it hadn't been for the fact that guys like you, people like you, came down to St. Paul, we would have lost that battle. And so my message going out is thank you for coming, and how important it is for you to be here. I've been knocking a lot of doors. I've only got a couple of towns left to knock before I do my first time. And my message to the people is don't give up. This country's been down a lot further than we are right now. How would you like to have been there in the 1700s and signed your name to that paper that basically said if you catch me, hang me? But they knew what they were doing was right, and they built this country. And what you see today, our ancestors did that, and we don't want to give that up. And during the gun control debates, we sent out emails and we talked to as many people as we could. And we said, get down here to the Capitol. And the Capitol was full, and the state office building was full. There were so many people there that they had to televise hearings in other rooms. And they were filling up the halls, NRA t-shirts everywhere. And we won that battle against the political party that rested its whole system on whether or not it was going to get gun control from the people that supported them, people that put them into office. And so this is why it's important for you to be here. So thank you for that. And with that, I mean, I can ramble on, and I hate doing that. And I know that I'm not a good speaker, but I can answer questions if you have any. And if not, we'll turn it over to somebody else. Okay, well, I'll be wandering around. Okay.
Are you hopeful that going forward, the state government can make the business climate in Minnesota better?
Well, I don't know if you guys are aware of why the bills didn't pass. And I want to give you full disclosure here. There's a lot of people that like bonding. I'm not one of those people. Bonding is just borrowed money. And so, but the bonding bill did pass the House. And it passed, when it did pass the House, it passed with agreement with the Senate that they would sign it to. And when it got to the Senate, they threw $10 million more on it for light rail, which killed the bill. In my opinion, that was their plan all along. They wanted to do nothing Congress. But in the meantime, they also screwed up what was the supplemental budget bill. And in that supplemental budget bill, we have about $800 million of tax money. And a lot of that will go to small business. And it's some of it deals with what's called the small or the business property tax that we're trying to cut back and eventually eliminate. And if you don't know what that is, it has nothing to do with your local property tax. It doesn't affect it at all. Somewhere along the lines, like in the 2000s, they decided that they needed more money. So they put an extra property tax on businesses, resorts, and cannibals just to have more money for general fund. When we see our businesses closing on Main Street and with no hope in sight, that was one of the things we did, was to try to do away with that. That's in the supplemental budget bill. I don't think the governor had any intentions of calling a special session. I think he wanted to take us into the election without one, betray us as that we couldn't get the work done. But he made some pretty irresponsible comments after the shooting in Minneapolis, in which he pretty much labeled all of our law enforcement as racist. And he come under a lot of heat. You can think what you want, but after he made those statements and after our president did, we lost 5 police officers. And he's coming under a lot of pressure, in my opinion, as he's trying to get a call special session to take the eyes off of that ball and move it somewhere else. Long answer to your question. I am turning into a politician. But no, yes, we are trying to do something for small business because it's the backbone out there. Small business and farmers. That's another thing people don't realize. The ranchers and farmers, they're one of the only viable businesses that we have left, because government in this state has gone after every industry we have. They've pretty much decimated our logging industry with their regulations and rules. They're going after mining. They've just collapsed that. We've lost a lot of big businesses. A lot of our factory workers, they're gone. Right now, the only thing sustaining us on a very substantial level is what's left of our farms, and now they're going after them. And when you're out talking to folks and you want to know, and you want to tell them why they need to elect Republicans, both in the House and the Senate, here's something that most people don't know. The majority party down there rules everything. That if you're in the majority, you pick the chairman of every committee, and that committee chairman will decide what bills get heard and what bills do not get heard. So if I propose a bill and the chairman doesn't like it, it doesn't come before the committee. You'll never see it. And that's what happened when we were in the minority. And they don't vote on bills the way they're supposed to. We're supposed to take bills in, and both sides do this. Frankly, I don't like it, but bills will go in and they'll be heard in committee, and the chairman of the committee has the option to let you vote on it up or down, or say we'll lay out a possible motion to a larger bill. Bang, you have a big omnibus bill, and now you're forced to decide on that bill, but if it's more good than bad. And those are some of the games that are played there. And there again, if you want to change that, we need new faces down there. So, anything else? Okay, well, I'll wander around and talk to me if you want, and bring Matt back up.